Night of the Horrified presents Fresh Popcorn.
I love serial killers. No, not the writing fan mail and love letters to the ones left incarcerated, but I do find them fascinating. Every so often, an attempt is made to capture these stories of these true-life monsters on film. Often these fail, mostly making our serial killers look more like rock stars than boogeymen, or the actual human pieces of shit they actually were. Today's feature, The Golden Glove, is an adaptation of Heinz Strunk's novel and is about German serial killer Fritz Hanke, who murdered 4 women between 1970 and 1975 and hid their body parts in his apartment. He's a charming guy. First and foremost, Fritz Hanke is one of those lesser-known serial killers, mostly because his crimes were a little too grimy and less sensational than, say, Jeffrey Dahmer. But this doesn't mean he was any less frightening. The first thing that helps this movie stand out is its unflinching look at Hanke's murders, sadism, and disturbing sexual deviancy. Also, we aren't doing a whole thing where our serial killer is way too Hollywood-looking. Fritz Hanke has facial deformities that make him stand out a little bit from the normal crowd. He was no Bundy, and care is taken to get the true-life man on screen as accurately as possible. And I don't know about you, dear listener, but I don't like getting into the serial killer flicks that attempt to psychoanalyze our murderer. It's hard to say what makes these people tick without digging deep into human psychology, and that ends up taking way too much of your movie. It's fine to let the audience step into the mind of a murderer, but let's not stay there for an entire time. We are supposed to be watching a movie, after all. Luckily, The Golden Glove has a great balance to it. The narrative plays out very well, and you're never bored as Hanke progresses. The story is told realistically with small amounts of flair. This is a peculiar time setting, 1970s Germany, and for the people, mostly lower class, they were locked into this weird time, and the film takes time to make them all stand out. Every person in the movie, whether it be a secondary character or even background characters, are fascinating and colorful, even though we are in a drab world. The standout performer, though, is Jonas Stessler, who is insanely attractive in real life. But here, with the proper facial appliances and stuff, he's looking really fucking horrifying. He's transformed directly into the lecherous, deformed killer Hanke seamlessly. His performance is even better than his look. Stessler sells this goddamn thing like a used car and hooks you from the first scene. The Golden Glove is unapologetically unnerving. It's jarring, shocking, and you may need a shower afterwards. Its horrors lie in a reality and mood. It's a slow burn that requires attention, and it's also a period piece of an uncertain time in our, human history. It also has a twisted humor to its display that I actually appreciated. If you give this movie some time, you'll find out, as I did, that it is indeed a batch of fresh popcorn. Check out The Golden Glove today on Shudder, VOD, and physical media. Thank you. I'm Lee Evans for Night of the Horrorfile, and this has been Fresh Popcorn. If you want your project featured on Fresh Popcorn, drop us a line on Twitter or through email at horrorfilemailbag@gmail.com.